karts making their way to the grid for heat number 2. Richard Spanner's ready on pole position. As I mentioned, Will Pell will start alongside him. A few very good names in this one, not least David Hatton starting in P6, who is a star of the iRacing F3 Cup, a Formula Renault champion in our iRacing series as well, and a star of the karting event in years gone by as well. Stephen Williams, he has been involved in some cracking battles up at the front of the field in both our karting and online races as well. Nick Abbott, who you'll be rooting for, Chris, from Helmet Club, starting in 14th as well there.
Absolutely, you'll notice him by the terrible Red Bull red suit there. And Stephen Williams in his own helmet as well. He was saying to me earlier on that he took a couple of years to design that. He settled on a very fantastic, very clean design for his helmet. And David Hatton, the beast, with the luminous green markings on his black helmet. They're starting from 6th place.
Yes, Stephen Williams with the black overalls, but the white, predominantly white helmet. They're starting on the 6th row of the grid. Spanner's very easy to spot with the white helmet up at the front of the field as well. And I believe Paddy McKegney running the Valentino Rossi inspired design as well, starting there in 5th place. Spanner's having a little word with the marshal just before we get things started. Which way is the first corner? Oh, it's right, sir.
Wouldn't be the first time that a driver had influenced a race official before the start of a race.
Well, there's the look towards the lights from the marshal. And we will get underway for heat number 2 here at Ellough Park. Spanner's ready on pole position on the left-hand side of the grid. There is the green flag, and Spanner's immediately trying to move over to the right-hand side to stop Will Pell there, but I believe Pell has found himself the inside line. They will go side by side into the Degner. That outside line working very nicely indeed for the orange bib kart. So Spanner still leads the way, but Will Pell has dropped a position. It looks like he's about to retake it though into Barney's. Oh, a little tap there as they go into the Barney's hairpin, but no changes of position there, and it's Spanners who continues to lead.
He has had supreme confidence there through the first corner to hold the outside line. It is a little bit dirtier out there, but there is grip to find. So Spanners maintains the lead. A small gap as he's coming round the banked corner.
Yes, and I believe it was Russ Summerfield making the excellent start around the outside, and that is now in 2nd place. A dive to the inside there was Paddy McKegney in kart number 4 through that penultimate hairpin. Great little manoeuvre there, and plenty of side-by-side action, and a little bit of contact there as they make their way around the final corner for the first time. But it is Spanners who leads across the line, not by much at all though, it must be said, from Martin Bain it was actually, with the cracking start. Only 3.5 tenths separate them as they go into the Barney's hairpin for the second time, and it is Paddy McKegney now in 3rd place.
Other names you might be familiar with. We have Thunderbeast in P6, and Russ Summers and Summers are in 10th and 11th. Going at it.
Coming up towards those last two hairpins is the leading group. There's a big gaggle though coming up behind them though, and a lot of action there. The kart number 8 going out a bit wide there on the exit of the NHS hairpin.
So Spanner's leading the race. Going past the green flag, there was an incident in turn 1.
He's built up a gap there, hasn't he? So Martin Bain didn't get the best of runs down onto the straight, it would seem, and it looks like he's now coming under pressure from Stephen Williams, that is, in the black and white overalls with the predominantly white helmet. Had a look up the inside there of the Holm hairpin, and now getting up along. So, oh no, there's a little bit of a miscommunication there. I think he was sort of apologising for any kind of contact, and Martin Bain was trying to wave him on by. And they've held each other up quite dramatically, actually, because that's allowed Spanners to get clear. But it is Stephen Williams now in 2nd place. Now we'll see in clear air if he can catch Spanners, although there is a yellow flag at the final corner at the moment.
Williams, fast driver. He's going to have Spanners in his sights towards the end of this race, Chris.
Absolutely. they head round that bank. And Williams still has to keep an eye out here for the kart behind, kart number 5. That is Tony Thunderbeast Barnard, actually, with a... And I'm wondering if that might be an error on the timing, because I don't remember Thunderbeast showing up in his own kit.
We'll give it to him.
We will. So the gap remained came down slightly, 1.1 seconds.
I'm reliably informed from the barriers that it is Martin Benyon in kart number 5 in second place.
Okay, so he was showing up as kart number 3 in the timing. So we'll confirm that it's kart number 5 for Martin Bainon.
Spanners is going to get into a little bit of trouble here because there is a back marker just ahead of him. Could that prove costly for him?
Yes, down into those final hairpins. We'll see them coming out of the final 2 corners very shortly.
That gap is visibly reducing between the top 3. It's going to be a grandstand finish.
He's dragging Bainon with him as well. So down the straight they come. Let's see what the gap was on the timing last time round. Down to 1 second. Is there going to be enough time though? 5 minutes left in this heat. So half race distance completed. All eyes on that top 3. Spanner's going to come under big pressure here in the closing stages of this race. Brad Philpott, of course, made it a missed apex win in the first heat. Can Spanners make it 2 for 2? Now he's coming up to that back marker towards the Helm hairpin. Let's see what he does with this.
Crucially, Chris, he hasn't got it done through the hairpin. He's trying to wave him frantically to get out of the way.
He can't see you, Spanners. He hasn't got mirrors. He won't see that hand gesture. It's going to have to be a dive up the inside towards that penultimate hairpin. Indeed it is. He can only hope that Stephen Williams gets equally held up. But look how close those 3 karts are now with the back marker in between the leader, Spanners Ready, and Stephen Williams there in second place. Yellow flag still being waved down that pedal straight, so that crucially could take away an overtaking opportunity. Yeah, so the back marker seemed to close up there quite dramatically, but I think he's let that gap go again. So this is now this is holding up Stephen Williams and Martin Bainon behind him. And now trying to get up the inside. Thought Bainon might try and take advantage of the fact that Stephen Williams being held up into the hairpin. No space being given there to Bainon through Rossi. And around the bank, so he's going to have to try and do this the old-fashioned way. We'll see what the gap between the top 2 is when they come across the start and finish line, but a little bit of damage done there to Stephen Williams' race as they exit those final few corners. Martin Bainon has finally got the job done now and is now line astern with Stephen Williams. So across the line they came, the gap went back up to 1.4 seconds, it doubled on that lap despite the yellow flag down at Luna's, which has now been cleared. Stephen Williams has got to try and do this the old-fashioned way with only 3 minutes left on the clock.
Crucially, Chris, in 4th position we have David Hatton, who is through all of that has managed to close that gap to just a couple of seconds, so he might be factoring in the end of this race too, Chris. Track is clear ahead of Spanners, so there won't be any more interference from any back markers, so it is a pure pace race to the finish. It looks like Williams is getting very menacing behind him.
But the gap visibly coming down, but Spanners coping with the pressure magnificently, hasn't made a mistake as yet, and the gap did come down. It's 9/10 of a second, but we are really running into the closing stages of this heat now. All eyes on the top 3 of Spanners, Stephen Williams and Martin Bainon, who are putting on a great show here. I do believe the checkered flag is being ready for Spanners Ready. There is the checkered flag. Spanners has done it. He takes victory in heat number 2. A fantastic drive there as Stephen Williams takes second place, and across the line in third place we believe was Martin Bainon there in the number 5 kart. Now that was quite intense. A nice little formation flying there as they round that hairpin and head back towards the pits. He's loving it, isn't he?
Absolutely celebrated that glorious victory.
Go team missed apex, right? That's 2 for 2 for the missed apex lot. We better be careful, the punches are going to leave.